Why are you making such a video so late at night? Well, ladies and gentlemen, tonight is the start of a new chapter in the Haggard 100 channel, titled Bedtime Stories. Now, this first bedtime story is based off a 90s story about a little girl that went through the woods simply to go see her grandma. But it wasn't as it was seemed. See, the problem was, they covered a bunch of stuff up in the story, so we're going to start from the beginning of it. Now, as you guys might know, the little girl's name was Little Red. Now, a lot of people don't know that Little Red was actually not so little. She was actually about 18, 19 years old, and she was gang related. Little Red, that was actually her gangster name. She was part of the Bloods, which is Mom wanted her to take some cookies over to her grandmother's house that was across a nice wooded area. She did. But see, she had to go through some woods. And in order to go through the woods, she met up with her rivals, the Big Bad Wolf. See, the Big Bad Wolf was a Crip. And what do Crips and Bloods do? They fight over territory. And that's exactly what was going on here. And when he found out what she was doing, Little Red was walking through the forest. And where are you going? She's going over to her grandma's house to deliver a kilo of cocaine. He wanted to make sure he got it first. So he went over to grandma's house. How he beat her there, I still don't understand, but he beat her there somehow. Now, when she walked in, she must have been stupid, because how do you not know that a wolf is dressed up as your fucking grandmother? He's hairy and shit. Is your grandma hairy? My grandma's not, but maybe your grandma is. I'm not going to judge if she is. I don't care. But anyway, as she says, what big teeth you have. How do you not know that grandma has bigger teeth? You don't ever go see her. You haven't seen her in 4 months. And what big head you have. Well, she's getting old. She has nowhere to put all that knowledge. That knowledge just leaking out of her fucking brain. If you're gonna let it leak out of her brain, you might as well just let it fucking go. Anyway, back to the story instead of ranting about grandma and how you never go fucking see her. She's lonely. She called. She wants you to go visit her. But God forbid, you never got no damn time. Now, back to the story. Little Red's mom was an OG, an original gangster of the gang. And she was a big drug dealer. See, she wanted to deliver this stuff because grandma asked for it a while back, but she didn't have the connections. So when she finally got the connections, she sent Little Red, because she's all like, Little Red, if you go deliver this kilo of coke, we'll get you in the gang. Like, you already in, like, you gang affiliated, but you're gonna be in for real if you deliver this kilo. So she's like, alright, I ain't got nothing better to do with my life. It's not like I go visit grandma in the normal or anything, so I'm gonna just deliver this kilo. Now she's walking through the woods. There's a couple animals that they don't mention in the story just because she's high. Little Red is kind of a pothead, so she never sees anything. There was a little rabbit named Thumper. You might remember him from the story of Bambi. He was there. Also Piglet, little pig, hangs out with little Winnie the Pooh. He was there. I seen him. Anyway, she's walking through the woods, and then that's when the wolf comes in. The Crip wolf comes in. He's like, yo, bitch, where the fuck you going with that kilo? She's like, I don't want no damn trouble. I'm just trying to deliver this shit to my grandma. He's like, oh, is that right, bitch? Well, if you're trying to deliver this to your grandma, then you go in the wrong motherfucking way, because this is my territory, and anything that goes through my territory automatically becomes mine. She's like, oh, hell no, that's not how this shit works. My grandma warned him. My mama warned me about your ass. So she tried to knock him out in the fucking parking lot, but he didn't have nothing to say. She wasn't strong enough to knock out this big ass motherfucking bad wolf, you get it? So like, when she can't knock him out, is when she fucking comes back, and he ends up going to her grandma so he can punk her ass later. So what he does is he gets to Grandma's house first about 3 minutes before Little Red does, because Little Red has to stop and take a piss. And you know how it is, men can piss quicker than women because women have to fucking sit down. They gotta like let their shit dangle, you know, and then they gotta fucking piss, wipe, all that crap. We could just piss and go. Anyway, he just went to Grandma's house. He freaking knocked her ass out, freaking stuck her in the closet, and he's just like, I ain't trying to dress up in drag because I don't want my homeboys calling me a motherfucking fag or nothing. Anyway, he dresses up in drag just so he can get that kilo, and he's like, if anybody ends up taking pictures of this, I'm going to be punked for the rest of my life, and I'm probably going to lose my credit as a crip. Anyway, he dresses up. Little Red ends up coming in. She comes in, she's like, damn, Grandma, you be looking ugly as fuck. When was the last time I seen you? He's like, is that any way to speak to you, motherfucking Grandma? Now, where's my motherfucking kilo? And she's like, well, before I give you the kilo, I want to make sure that it's really you. So he's like, oh, well, give me the motherfucking test then. She's like, well, how much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? And he comes up and says, he can chuck as much as he wants as long as he has energy. And she's like, no, that's motherfucking wrong, nigga. Like, that ain't right. Anyway, she ends up finding that he's punking her ass because obviously Grandma ain't got no fucking snaggletooth or ears hanging up or, you know, any of that shit because Grandma's cool. Anyway, she's like, what the fuck you doing here? How the fuck did you beat me here? And he's like, well, I ain't gotta stop and take a 5-minute motherfucking piss. That's ridiculous. So he ends up stopping her. She finds out. He ends up tying her up, throwing her in the closet, and her yell gets this other dude, you might remember him as the lumberjack, to come up in the house. And all of a sudden, all you hear is, bump, bump, bump. He's knocking down the door with his motherfucking axe, you hear me? Cause he ain't carrying no gun because he was on parole and he can't carry no gun. Anyway, he knocks down the door with an axe. And then he ends up killing the wolf. Just one straight blow to the motherfucking neck, like right there. Just bleeds out. Anyway, he's like, damn, I didn't know I was saving such a pretty ass motherfucking girl though. Little Red's like, shut the fuck up. He's like, I wasn't talking to you, bitch. I was talking to the old lady. Anyway, him and Grandma end up going to get married. And then when they get married, they end up popping out like 2 more kids, but which is weird because Grandma's like 89, maybe 90 years old, which means that kid ain't gonna grow up with a mom because you know Grandma's almost dead. So this lumberjack's like 35, and he ends up taking care of the kid. And then that's when it goes into the fucking movie Hoodwinked, because it starts getting into the real story, but it still doesn't tell you it like I just told you it. So anyway, he ends up taking care of this kid. This kid ends up going to Harvard and ends up becoming something of himself, and he actually becomes a little known person. You might know him as Walt Disney. Exactly, that's how his life started out. Little do people know. Anyway, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the Haggard 100 channel, hit that subscribe button. Come on, help your boy out. I'm sitting here making like 9 videos a day for you. Anyway, subscribe, like the video. I don't know when my next video is going to be up because I just post at random times. I ain't got no times that I post. Anyway, thank you for watching. This was an EFU production. Alright, we're back with another video. We just bought Pepsi 1893 at King Soopers. We're filling up our cup, whole cup worth of ice. I've never tried this stuff before, so we're about to get it in. What's the difference? It's actually pretty good. It's different. Very different. Doesn't taste like Pepsi at all. Let's see, it's boldly blended cola made with canola nut extract, dark brown malt flavor, a touch of stomach, sparkling water, and real sugar. Pretty good. Anyway, come back. Yeah, so for a snack today, we got some crab and spinach dip.
Yeah, looks like we're stuck.
You see the cheese ball.
There's a car coming.
We got a couple slices of bacon with some avocado. It gives us something to munch on. Pretty good though.
Can we help you kids out?
Just take a cracker and you just load it up, man.
Okay.
Anyway, thanks for watching.
Ran into some trouble.